So the storage space to run out just yet on the Afghanistan tax on May 29, 2015. It's now 1553 for 1086 plus. The storage space ran out, so the video stopped. So I'll continue where I left off. I added a little bit more to the forces. I made it into flow forces. So if I count the total number of forces, if you want to get into the value of that, we could get into the total number of forces, then we get into the some consequence of the total number of forces. So I made a flow force out of that also. So I made a flow force out of that. So I made a flow force, then I made a non-flow force here, which I won't count that much, but I made one flow force, one Vx force, one surface force, one x squared force. That's 4 forces. As I already mentioned, you can increase the surface for I'm not sure if you recorded, you can increase the surface for greater less force, for instance, to make it more efficient of the superconductor, for instance, which would have a lower rho also as a specific resistance, and you can increase the length of the wire or the distance of the coils that you would use. Next to increasing the surface, you can increase the distance of the wires, maybe to reduce the force, so it would be a distancer. So if you want a greater force working, greater force exertion on the superconducting coils of the electromotor, generator and dynamo, you can put the coils closer to each other, so that would increase the forces working. If you want to exert more forces on the, so if you have a large distance between the turning component and the walls of the superconductor and the permanent magnets, if you put them closer to each other, or for instance interlace them like this, you might get, since they're much closer as superconducting parts and permanent magnet parts and coils parts, you might exert greater forces if you interlace them, for instance. So just having the electromotor, if you have an interlacing electromotor that starts turning around like this, so if you get something like that, it's on the top again interlaces, and then at the lower place interlaces too. So at that point you get a stronger forces exerted on the rotating parts, instead of just having the permanent magnet here rotating around like this. You could have an interlacing rotation. You have an interlacing rotation like this, for instance, of the electromotor parts. Then that would decrease the distance, so it would increase the forces exerted according to this formula. Then so that's it. So that's for the electromotor, dynamo and generator. So I would say there were 4 forces, then one electromotor design, one dynamo design, one generator design. Then you can do this also in serial couplings, arrays and parallel couplings of these things, in exponential, above exponential and linear amounts of it, to also in combinations of all these things to the 10th linear, 100th linear, up to 500, up to 1000th linear, and 1000th linear. Okay, so that's 16, and then I would say one more would make for 18, 2 more would make for 18. I suppose you could also get into this stuff in production, both the production in exponential and linear floors, and also the utility of these things in exponential arrays of these things in exponential floors. So I would say dynamo, generator, and also all these things for dynamo, generator, etc. So I would say I'm around 16 of them right now, maybe 17. I can't have it, so maybe I would say 16 of them. Yeah, when I say 16, I would say if we can get into a specific combination, for instance, by saying take the 10th, 100th, and 1000th exponential and linear of, or the exponential of of a matrix also, not just array but also a matrix of for instance these interlacing so it has 3 different versions of the interlacing electromotors, okay, which are as matrices serial coupled with unit arm or something like that, okay. That would be with one major arm, as in they're serial coupled electromotors, okay. So which you could have on a wafer, for instance, these matrices, or if you have a array of them, one-dimensional matrix, which is not a 3-dimensional matrix, so not a lattice, but just one layer of it. You could do that, create a type of electromotor wafer with a large arm. So that would be 18 of them. That's it. So this is the second part of it, because the video fell out. Continue there. So that would be 18 of them. 30 million each times 18 as specific combination. So that's it. But obviously you can intercombine all this other stuff I mentioned on matrices, arrays, and things like that.